Hey there guys, this is UltraGrunt, and today's video is going to be some Playerunknowns Battlegrounds. This is from when I was first getting into the game, but eventually I started learning it and getting a bit more familiar with it, and I started enjoying it a little bit. These are my first 3 solo wins, and I happened to get them all in a row, luckily, which was really nice. Now, because these were all Shadowplayed, I didn't really talk much. I wasn't expecting to be recording anything when I was playing, so I'm going to provide a little bit of commentary here and talk about some of my thoughts that I was having while I was getting these wins. So guys, this is my first match where I won and got my first solo win. At this moment in time when I was playing this match, I think I was at about 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours in the game. I'd played a little bit of squads with a couple of friends, and I'd not really played the game much at this point. I was still learning, so you're going to see some wonky aiming and some weird tactics while I'm still learning. Kinda like that. Now, this circle was in Georgiapol. I can't remember where I jumped out exactly. I think I jumped out somewhere to the north. Not Zaki, but like... Ooh, someone's firing at me really far away there. I could hear the whizzes. Anyway, yeah, the circle is in Georgiapol, the ending circle, and I jumped out, I think, not too far from the military shooting range, firing range, whatever it is. I ended up having to swim across the north side of Georgiapol to the south side. I didn't take the bridge, and I had to swim across. And that was my first kill, because I didn't run into anyone, actually, until this point. I didn't see anybody all the match. So here I was trying to work out if I saw someone over to my right. That's why I kept looking over there. I thought I saw somebody go into that little bush next to the road, and I kept thinking he was going to pop out and shoot me at any moment. You can see him checking now. And I was checking that bit of debris up there. I can't really tell what it is from this angle or from the video, but it looked like somebody might have been lying down at the top of the road, maybe. Now, I could hear a load of shots further into the town, and I was still cautious here about someone coming up behind me with the circle just finishing there. But eventually I did move on, tried to climb up this slippery slope. Now, I could see that there's a lot of like buildings this side that didn't look like they were opened. Oh wait, no, this one here is open. So I thought I'd, you know, carefully check it out. I don't really clear this building very well, I don't think. No. I just run straight upstairs. I just assumed, I guess, somebody would be upstairs or on the roof, if they were going to be anywhere in this house. It just didn't seem like there's anyone there. I was planning on trying to get to that shack there, on top of those rocks. That cliff edge. I thought that might be a good spot to go to, like on the cliff edge. I didn't know the circle was going to end up there, but I thought I'd go over there. Seemed like a good place. Ooh. See a person down there, hiding in the rocks. Now, obviously that guy was looking for someone, and I don't know if that ends up being the final guy that I go up against. Because somebody does go down there in the final circle. Now, remember trying to look for these people that are firing. There's 1 or 2 people firing off to the east side of town, which you can hear. I don't really have much in the way of anything special. I've just got, you know, some scoped weapons. And I thought I heard somebody on the other side of this house from me. And in doing so, I saw that person behind that shack. But I thought I could hear somebody on the other side of this, like, shack, shed thing, whatever it is, this outbuilding. I looked for this guy, and this other guy ran up behind him and just obliterated him. Now, because of my poor aim, I missed that guy a load of times. I could have had a very easy kill there. But he hides out inside the shack. I can see muzzle flashes in the right house at this moment in time. And I was wondering who to go for here. That guy was probably third person peeking through the window at me in the shack, so I didn't think it might be a good idea to try and shoot him. I'm assuming Like, I don't know what I was thinking at the time here, but I'm assuming there was, you know, at least 3 of the people in those 2 houses off to the right. 2 or 3 houses. I could definitely see 1 or 2 of them. Yep. And I'm not leading my shots at all, as you can tell. That guy just running with a grenade? I don't know. I'm watching these back. These were recorded about nearly a month ago now. These 3 games, or these 3 Shadowplay clips, I should say. So seeing some of these things happen is kind of funny to me, and seeing them back now. I run down here. I thought that guy who I saw in the rocks actually might have gone up top and killed that guy, and that might be who I saw. So I thought I'd just toss some grenades at the shack. I heard someone run up and shoot somebody there, and there he is. The next thing I thought to do after killing that guy, I was surprised that he didn't shoot me at all. The guy in the shack. My thoughts were to go behind the shack because I just assumed somebody else would be behind the shack or coming from the direction of his houses. So I went up to the shack. I saw that guy in the doorway, luckily, before he nailed me. I decided to use my full medkit here, which is probably a bad idea when you're the final person. But at the time, I just didn't think anything of it. I was desperate for health, and I thought it'd be best to top off to full health rather than, albeit lower health. Now, there's a lot of weight in here because me and this other guy are both looking for each other, and we can see the circle right now on the map is sort of very small. It like encompasses this top set of rocks and a shack. So I go looking around the rocks up here to see if he's laying down in between the rocks or something. Or possibly on the shore below. I mean, for all I know, he could have been hiding in the water at this point. And I was trying to carefully check the grass as well to see if he was, like, carefully, slowly crawling through the grass towards the circle. Unfortunately, I don't see anything for a while. So, I'm going to cut ahead a little bit here to where I start seeing him. So at this point, about a minute has passed since I cut. I saw the crate down there on the beach where somebody had died, so I wasn't sure whether that was from earlier or if that was somebody who was killed just before the final couple of circles. I go searching this crate here, seeing if there's anything that could be useful to me. I don't know exactly what I was looking for, but there might have been something in there I could have done with. I think I was looking for grenades or something. I start thinking this guy could be below me, like underneath the rocks or along the coastline. And that's when... Oh, there was a little Shadowplay jump there because I had to clip and then clip again. But that's when I noticed this guy's gun on the back of his... well, back. Just down there. I tried to get some shots on him, but I think the hitbox of the rock prevented me from hitting him. So now I know where this guy is. I've sort of got the uphill advantage, but I don't really know if he can climb up here to get me. And bear in mind, at this moment in time, I didn't know if the circle could get any smaller. I'm in for a big surprise when that happens. Now, I'm trying to work out where he's gone. I can't work out if he's gone further up the beach, around the corner, or if he's gone down towards the water. Ooh. That was a heavy shot on me. I don't even know what it shot me with there. Was that the Saiga? I don't know. It did a lot of damage to me though. I could see him climbing up the rock face, and he tossed some grenades up here now. He tosses quite a few things up here. I think he's got like... yeah, he's got like a few grenades and some smokes, I think. I was kind of surprised I actually won this firefight. Well, I didn't actually win the firefight. That's the thing. We just sort of tried to shoot each other for a while and trying to find ways to kill each other. Like this. Trying to outwit each other in weird ways. I didn't want to go down there because I knew as soon as I jumped down there, he'd slaughter me with that shotgun. don't know why I threw that smoke up there. I don't know if he was trying to make a plan to get up there. I think I might have hit him once, twice there. Oh, this caught me off guard when it just suddenly said proceed to the play area in 15 seconds. Because I didn't think the circle was going to get any smaller, honestly. I thought like a countdown timer would come up or something to end the match. And that's when it starts getting really small here, and the guy dies randomly.
Well, that's one way to win.
And that's when I won my first round. My first solo round, at least. So this one's kind of interesting. I can't remember exactly where I dropped on this one. I think I might have dropped towards the ruins, initially. The ruins, like, to the west of Roshak. I don't think I talk very much in this one. I think I make some comments. Circles over on Military Island. Yep, I definitely talked a little bit. I'm not going to be taking the bridge. Yep, don't take the bridge, me. I can hear quite a lot of shots over there. The bridge is a death wish. So I didn't think I was going to even get to the island. Never mind actually survive on the island once I got across. I just assumed somebody would be waiting on a beach ready to kill me. I think I looked for a... Oh wait, no, I didn't look for a boat this time. There was no boats in sight for me because I was coming from inland. I didn't even bother to go to the coast when I saw the circle. I didn't really have much. I've got this SKS on my back and I don't even think I've got a scope for it. We'll have to see when I open the inventory up, when I check one of the bodies in a bit. I've got to pretty much leg it up this hill. And I've just got a scar. Can't really stop. I've got a scar with a holographic scope on it as well. Oh no, I've not even got... I've just got iron sights on that scar. It's very likely that I had no scope at all. I started running towards a circle just hoping to catch some people off guard, really. I figured at this point I wasn't going to get a win. And I remember seeing that airdrop and thinking, I'm probably just going to avoid going in that direction. I thought I'd like, try to go towards the edge of the circle and go around, so it's out of the way. I didn't want to be in contention with that airdrop at all at this moment in time. Oh yeah. This guy just casually just crawling around on that body. I don't know what that guy was doing. I heard him like crawling in my left ear when I was like walking past, and that's what made me turn. I get some pretty nice things off this guy though. Oh yeah, look, I've got a holographic scope for the SKS. That didn't help, but I did get a level 3 helmet, which helps out a lot. I didn't take any damage luckily, and I got a suppressor for the scar. So my main mission here now is just to get into the edge of the circle and see if anybody runs up on me around here. I didn't initially see anybody running up the hills to my right or left, but I was expecting people to be coming up from the houses over to the south from me right now. I think what I was going to do here as well is just hope the circle was going to be close to me, which it wasn't. Now I don't know what I was thinking here, because I marked a circle like that and then I hear all these shots up here. Somebody with a 12k actually up there was firing away. Initially, I was going to go to the circle, but when I heard those shots super close, I thought this would be my opportunity to get a kill. I figured this guy would just be looting somebody up here. He happens to see me, though, when I get up here. Oh. And lucky for me, he missed all of his 12k shots. Except for one of them. I got pretty lucky there. I'm actually surprised it did as much damage as it did to me. especially inside the military vest on. Well, the 12k guy at least missed me a few times, and I happened to notice him just before he started firing, which probably saved my life in the end, because then I was able to wiggle a little bit, and it's probably messed up his aim a little bit. So at this point, I don't know what to do, because I was going to go a little bit further to the north side of the circle, where there's some hills. Then I saw these houses down here, and I thought maybe I could just run to them and get inside the edge of the circle before it closes in a bit too much, and I don't really have cover on one side at the very least. I think I also thought that if anyone's going to be anywhere, they'd be at one of these houses here, either on this side of the road or the other side of the road. Because I just assumed people would be coming out of the military base and making their way towards the circle. At least from that direction, I should say. I was right. So someone does happen to be over there, I believe. Either that is on the other side of this house. Either way, either way, it makes me panic a little bit, because I'm now in the top 5 here, and I wasn't really sure how this was going to go down, because I felt like so badly equipped compared to most others that were in this circle. I thought everyone would have scopes and like sniper rifles and everything. Whereas I've just got this scar with a suppressor now, but no real sights. And I hate the holographic sight. I tossed that grenade through the window, thinking the guy might have been inside the building, and I checked through the window, but he didn't seem like he was, so I decided to carry on. I reckon that guy was firing from the other houses across the street, and I think he might have gone up the hill on that side and gone into the circle. I decided to make a move here and try to get into this southwestern side of the circle. There's a few trees and rocks around here, so I was thinking one of these would be really good for me to use and look down towards the rest of the circle, since I know there's at least one guy in that direction out of these 4 people, including myself. So there's one over there, and I think there was one guy up here. Oh, yep. Ooh, that was close. We both just happened to see each other at the same time, actually. I mean, I saw him, and when I was bringing up my aim, he turned and started firing at me straight away. That was another lucky fight on my end. I didn't, like, aim down sights or zoom in a little bit or anything. So, I'm sort of scanning around the edges of the circle right here, towards the road, thinking someone might be behind that big tree, over to the northern side of the circle. And I'm trying to find what would be a good spot here, whether this tree or this rock would be inside the circle. I couldn't quite tell. And it wasn't in the circle. So move over to this tree, and I try to keep an eye on my northern side, because I think someone could come up from over that crest. And I try to keep an eye out here for everyone else. As soon as I heard the gunfire, I decided to run out like an idiot, thinking, oh, this guy's going to be close and he's going to be out in the open. That's completely wrong. I almost got myself shot there doing that. Now, I spent some time here looking for this guy. Unfortunately, I don't notice him straight away. I know roughly he's up at that hill somewhere, though. And I think, actually, if you look carefully enough, you can see him crawling down the hill behind that tree. I'll zoom in the video a little bit so you can see. I don't know if I actually noticed him or not when I was playing. I was just sort of looking in that direction because I heard the shots from that direction. Oh yeah, you can sort of see him now, actually. What I was going to rely on here was him going down into the circle, because this tree's actually in the circle and I'm in a safe spot. So once it came out into the open, I figured that would be my opportunity to try and shoot him. I decided to energy drink up just in case I get shot. and we go for it as soon as we see him start running down the hill. Any second now. Any second now. There he is. And as you can see, he gets thrown off by that. He starts aiming and firing behind him and stuff. That's 2 in a row. That's indeed 2 in a row. So, and then... I didn't expect a woo. Oh, man. That was indeed a good one, though, because I didn't expect to win that one at all. And it went pretty well overall. So, my third solo win comes from this match. Now, with this match, I think I jumped at Pachinki, or just below Pachinki, and I headed north into the ruins. Now, the circle showed up, like, up here. It seemed like it was going to be towards in the ruins, and I think I hung around in the ruins for a good, like, 10 minutes or so, before, like, it actually showed the next circle as being across the river. So, I not only swim across one river, I swim across 2 of them in this game, I think. Or 2 sections of the river. So anyway, I don't know how many kills I got. I think I may have got 1. I don't think it shows your kill total until you get at least 2, so I don't know. My plan here was to just head north, stay out of the way of like the roads and any clear lines of sight, and just get into the circle. I had no idea where anybody was at this moment in time, because this was just kind of an awkward circle. And I hadn't been keeping that much track of where everybody was throughout the game. I hear that loud shot to my right, and suddenly somebody dies from a Vector. I think the guy with a Vector is up north somewhere, because I don't hear enough shots for that. I can just hear someone single firing the weapon. I think they were fighting just on the edge of Rozhok, like near Waterworld. I started wiggling around in the water thinking someone was up the hill. Somebody is indeed up the hill, but I just didn't see him. There's going to be people up there. There's a lot of swimming in these games, apparently. Actually, all 3 of these matches... Ooh! Somebody firing right behind me on the bridge side. I decided to turn around, actually, and try to get him. I saw him, like, lay down up there. I don't know if he ran across the bridge or if he went somewhere else. I hear a car as well. The car goes across. I saw the guy go down here, but I don't know where he went. It's possible he jumped in the river behind the bridge and then went across. But I didn't see him, so I have no idea. But yeah, on realization, I was about to say, all 3 of these games involve me swimming a lot. Maybe that's the key to my success, like, do a lot of swimming. That way you guy gets pissed off enough to get some good fights and win them. I don't know. Anyway, so we cross this next section of the river. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get here, because that's kind of steep that side. I didn't know if I could climb up it, actually, so I just decided to go towards the soil here. I knew there was someone up to my left, firing away, and I just double-checked to make sure he's not watching down into the river. I don't think anyone expected anyone to come across the river at this moment in time. I think they were all dumb thinking about the river. What I thought I'd do is head east and go around that side of the circle where it's going to be slower to crawl in. Where the circle's going to shrink slower, I mean. And I thought I'd just go into that side of it. Try to get up that hill towards that orange-leaved tree on the hill. Maybe not use that tree, because I think actually that's outside the circle. I was just about to go outside the circle. But I just wanted to get into the circle edge and see what I could do from there. So I head up the east side of the circle. I've still not seen anybody. I'm trying to look over towards those trees in case someone's behind them, which is entirely possible. But now I've got this hill which I can use to see at least the bottom half of the circle. I've heard somebody fairly close. at this point. A big sigh. I'm just waiting for somebody to make a mistake now, pretty much. Somebody to start firing and find out where the next circle is going to be. I do seem to remember somebody running down a hill towards the south side of the circle, just south of me, and then they end up trying to run back up later on. I don't know if they've already done that and I didn't just see them on the video, but I do seem to remember somebody running down there. I also seem to remember being shot, but I don't know. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, somebody went down south and started firing at somebody. I think they started firing at somebody. Oh no, there's two guys down there, I think. Nope. Okay, one of them's firing at a guy who's just running behind that massive tree in the distance, straight ahead of me. Somebody was firing at him. And that's when I start thinking about what to do, because there's a guy ahead of me and there's a guy down south. So I was thinking maybe try see if this guy will go on the north side of the tree so I could fire at him from here. So I start positioning myself over while looking towards the south to make sure nobody was there shooting. Then I heard this guy firing and I thought he was firing at me. It took me a second to realise it wasn't. And that's when I take him out with a suppressed micro Uzi. Oh, your kills do. Oh, your kills just do go off screen no matter what. Regardless of how many kills you got. I didn't know that. I thought it'd stay on screen at all times. So now I know where the final guy is. I thought this guy just take out this guy behind the tree, so I decided to run for the tree and position myself there because I know this guy's going to be downhill. So this is going to mess him up because he's going to have to run uphill towards me. I keep checking my back here. I don't know why I wasn't using the alt look more. I was just sort of just walking over and turning around. I see this guy running uphill and he lays down, actually. Starts firing back and he doesn't get any hits on me, which was kind of nice. And that's my third solo win there. Went pretty well overall. So, everybody, hope you enjoyed that. Sorry there was no live commentary on it. I just didn't record them at the time. I just thought I wasn't going to get any wins. I mean, I never expect to win. But I usually Shadowplay at, like, cool moments. So, I thought I'd grab the actual wins themselves. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider liking the video. I've been streaming this game a decent amount on Twitch, so if you'd like to come and hang out, you will see my Twitch channel in the end screen. And you can also find a link to it in the description below, if you would like to come and check that out. I stream other things on there as well, but I've been streaming this a little bit here and there. There's going to be a few more PUBG videos coming out. I've got a couple of squad moments to share and some Twitch highlights, so hope you look forward to those. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.